well. But at this point, I'm going to invite our 2022 College Dux, Isabel Whitehead, to come up. Come and join us, Isabel. She's going to share a brief message with our school community.
Good morning. Before I begin, I would just like to say what a genuine honour it is to be speaking to you today. Victory has been my second home and community since I was 5, and it wouldn't be the place it is without the kindness of its students, the brilliance of its teachers, and the dedication of its staff, grounds, and maintenance team. A big thanks to Mr. Thompson for inviting me back. I promise you, this is the last time you will see me at this lectern. But you never know. Primary school genuinely feels like a lifetime ago for me. Looking at photos of little Isabel is like travelling in time, with her hair in coloured ribbons and clips, her knee socks pulled up as high as she could get them, and her toothy grin, the best friend she would have for a week, and the games she would make up at recess and lunchtime. Only yesterday, my friend said that he wished he could just pop on his Victory uniform and take in the whole school one more time. For many of you, you won't understand that. So today, I could tell you the usual. Keep a work-life balance, take a walk outside when stressed, avoid too much screen time. All good advice, but coming from the perspective of someone from the outside, someone who was here before this place was even built, I thought I would give you some advice on how to make the most out of your time at school. For students in every year, smart people aren't afraid to ask dumb questions. One of the most vulnerable things you can do is admit that you don't know something. It can leave you open to ridicule and can give your self-confidence a big hit. For that reason, it's also one of the bravest things you can do, and one of the cleverest, because how will you learn if you don't make sure you understand? I truly believe that classes on Zoom made us all passive, and it's up to us to regain our ability to be wrong in front of everyone. It's also up to us to be considerate of those who do that exact thing. Your teachers genuinely want the best for you, and they will absolutely go out of their way to help you succeed. All you have to do is raise your hand and ask the stupid question. For students old enough to pick their subjects, the only lasting thing is self-motivation. My mum used to joke with all of my teachers that my perfectionism was purely because she'd whack me with a large stick if I got anything wrong. It was completely untrue, of course. It never mattered to my parents what my grades were unless I really cared about them, and I will forever be thankful for the breadth they allowed me. Even so, while my parents were a huge key to my success in VCE, there are a lot of high achievers who only do so to please the people around them, possibly burning out in the process. Because the thing is that in the end, no amount of extrinsic validation or strict punishment can substitute for the real thing, your own ambition and gumption. This is why for VCE, instead of choosing subjects I despised because they scaled higher or appeared smarter, I studied literature, history revolutions, and drama, which meant that I found it easier to put in the effort since I truthfully enjoyed engaging in those fields. Now, I'm absolutely not saying you have to be getting A's. All I'm saying is that to get the most out of your fairly brief, in the grand scheme of things, schooling experience, do it for you. And finally, for the students whose favourite part of the day is when the 3:15 bell rings, hating school is honestly a waste of your time and energy. It's very easy to say that you hate school. In general, school is stressful. It starts early, it takes your phone away, teachers can be strict, there are lots of rules, school often makes you try things that you're not good at, then you get home and there's homework. It can be lonely, alienating, and even truly frightening for some people. In year 1, I hated school because no one would play with me at lunch. In year 4, I hated it because they would make us time how fast we could do our times tables, and I couldn't ride a bike. In year 6, it was because my best friend was in the other class, and in year 7, it was because I only had one friend in my class, and my unhappiness made my grades drop. In Year 9, Right Journey challenged who I was, and in Year 10, I hated school because I picked subjects I thought would make me seem smarter as opposed to the things that actually interested me. And COVID definitely didn't help. Nevertheless, just like how the first week of school brims with excitement and possibility, the first day back at school after the big 2020 lockdown reminded me of what it feels like to go to school when the whole world is at your doorstep rather than just a door. And from then on, I chose to view things differently, and I was happier. A film I find myself thinking about a lot is a 2013 romance I begrudgingly watched with my parents called About Time. In the movie, the main character, Tim Lake, discovers that the men in his family can travel through time, and it's not anything at all like Back to the Future. Tim uses his powers for mundane life things, like trying to get the girl of his dreams. Upon the advice of his father, he decides to live every day twice. The first time, living it like a regular day, and the second time, choosing to notice the little things that the first time was too worrisome and busy for. We can't time travel, and a lot of the time, we will regret not raising our hands, not pursuing our passions, and not cherishing the moments we have here. But this is one of the last lines of About Time, and a piece of advice I hope I never forget. The truth is, now I don't travel back at all. Not even for the day. I just try to live every day as if I've deliberately come back to this one day to enjoy it, as if it was the full, final day of my extraordinary, ordinary life. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you, Isabel, for your Dux speech to us this morning. There's something I think we can all take out of that. One of my great joys is I get to present you this. This is our Dux plate. So for our foundation students that are back in the class and the others through the years, if you aspire to be our Dux, you might have a plate that you can take home as well. So Isabel, congratulations and well done.